Hello, welcome back to the Soul and Success series. I'm your host, Jeri Cristine. I'm also a successful business owner. I've owned several seven-figure businesses that have done very well. I've also owned several real estate investment businesses that have done well. And I'm almost 50. About the time I turned 45, I had to become really honest with myself about what I wanted to do with the rest of my life and what I didn't want to do with the rest of my life. That happens when you start pushing 50. You start realizing, you know, I'm no longer on the uphill climb. I'm headed towards the downhill, and decisions become made from a different place at that point. And prior to that, when you're in your 20s and 30s, even younger, it's easy to just run. You know, you want to be successful, you have a direction, you find something that you're passionate about, and you just run your tail off until you become somewhat successful. You hit the latter half of 40s and your body slows down a little bit, and you start thinking, what am I doing this for? What's the point? And you start to really analyze, where's your time best spent? And there's a couple different ways to do that, but the best way that I've found, the most simple and the most effective, I call the Sweet Spot Quadrant. And I'm going to share that with you today. And even if you're not in your 40s or above, please listen, because it's a really valuable tool that can help direct your life in a way that can be successful, but also soulful, meaning, yes, you will find success. You will also find happiness and comfort and joy and bliss with how you spend your days. There's one thing to just keep running for success and not really think twice about yourself. There was a period of time where, if I had phone calls to make, you could give me a phone and I'll sit in a cardboard box and do it. Today, I need to be comfortable. I need my, oil diffuser going. Like, I like to set the environment. I like my life to be joyful now rather than just successful. And we can have both, which is why I started this series in the first place. So listen up while I share this. If you're watching on YouTube, I am going to share what this actually looks like. And it is nothing fancy. You can see here, I don't even have it centered on the page. So don't make this harder than it is. All you're going to do is take a piece of paper and draw a line from top to bottom, midway, halfway through the page, top to bottom, and a line halfway through the page from the left side to the right side. You can make it a quadrant. If you're using a journal and it's smaller, you can put the quadrant sections on the header of each different page. So at the top of the page, you're going to write, I love. At the bottom of the page, you are going to say, I do not like. On the left-hand side of the page, you will write, I am good at. And on the right-hand side of the page, you will write, I am not good at. And so your quadrants become, I am good at and I love is the top left-hand quadrant. The top right-hand quadrant is I love, but I'm not good at. The bottom left-hand quadrant is I am good at, but I do not like. And the bottom right-hand quadrant is I do not like and I am not good at. And then I want you to spend at least 2 to 3 days, preferably a week, going through every single thing that you do in your day. So this doesn't just apply to work, this applies to your entire life. And you're going to take the time to write down everything that you do in the day. And again, I don't mean just work, I mean making dinner. Do you love to make dinner, or do you just feel like you should make dinner? There's a million different services today that you can have meals delivered to you if it's not something that you like. Um, be honest with yourself. Do you like to do something, but you're not very good at it? For example, I like social media. I am not good at marketing. I am fully aware of that. And I apologize right now. A lot of the marketing I do, as there will come a point in time soon that I will no longer do it because I'm fully aware of where each of my tasks lie on this quadrant and I have a plan for them. So obviously, I hope obviously, all of the things that you write down in the do not like and not good at quadrant are going to be the ones that you make a plan to get off of your plate as soon as possible. And so for me, this section is things like cleaning my house. I do not like to clean my house, and I am not good at cleaning my house. I hire somebody to do that. I got that off my plate right away. If you think you aren't able to hire somebody to do that, that's an excuse. There's a million people out there who would love to do it and they're good at it and they aren't super expensive. Um, be honest in this section. If you're spending your days doing things that you don't like and you're not good at, you will feel miserable and you won't get a whole lot done towards your goals and dreams. I see people a lot of times spending their time in this quadrant because they feel like they should or they have to. And remember this, don't should on yourself. Don't should on yourself. If you don't like it and you're not good at it, that is a sign, a physiological and emotional sign that you should not be doing it. Find someone else to do it. The sooner you get those things off your plate, the better your life will feel exponentially better right away. And if you're coming up with reasons why you're not able to get those things off your plate, those are excuses, and don't tolerate them from yourself. Don't allow yourself to make excuses for that. Make a plan. If you need help, reach out to me. The second quadrant I am good at, but I do not like. That quadrant, you can either get off of your plate or you can, get it off your plate. There's no point in doing something that you don't like to do. You may have to train somebody in this quadrant to take over for you. Again, a lot of resistance about training people. It does take time. It does add more stress to your plate for a short time. However, as soon as you can get those things off of your plate, your life again is exponentially better. Why are you spending time doing things that you do not like? Just because you're good at it and you feel like you have to be the one to do it. There's very few things in your life that you have to be the one to do. Now, I will say there are some things that you might have to keep in this quadrant. For example, this is hard to admit out loud in public, but I am not the type of mother who loves playing with my kids, like getting on the floor and playing toy cars or, make believe restaurant. Like I am good at it because I'm the mom and I can connect with my kids. I love connecting with my kids. I just don't like being on the floor and playing. My mind goes, oh my gosh, there's a million other things that I would rather do, even with my child, like take them for a walk, go to the park, something like that. However, I'm the person that has to do that. So every now and then I do that, because that's what needs to be done. But if this is something around work, you can figure out how to get this off your plate. You can hire somebody who can do 70% of what you do to 70% level without being trained. You can for sure find somebody at that level. So if you need to hire, look for that. Do not look for somebody who can do something as perfectly as you can do it, because the truth is you've been doing it. You have had the time to perfect it. They have not. However, look for the 70% percenter, 70%er who has the ability and the drive and the skill to learn that other 20 to 30%. You want to get them to at least 90% as good as you and then they'll do the rest. The best, most successful entrepreneurs are amazing at hiring people who are better than them. That does not mean that they come in better than you. That means that they are as capable or more than capable than you are, and they have the drive to become better than you are. Again, you will have to do some training because this is your area. You're the best at it because you've been doing it, but someone else can do it. Again, be honest, there are very few things that you have to do. There may be some of those in your business, but there's very few, I promise you. Let's go to the top right-hand quadrant. I love and I'm not good at. If you love doing something, but you're not good at it, that's usually because you just need to improve your craft or gain a skill. So if you have the time and you love it that much, book some time into your schedule to improve your skills. Get better at that thing so that you can move it into the I love and I'm good at quadrant. If it's something that you're never going to be good at, be honest with yourself about it. Maybe it's just a hobby and you carve out a couple hours a month to spend time doing it if you truly love it. But don't try to force something that just isn't ever going to happen. And then finally, the I love and I'm good at it quadrant. If you can be operating from this section most of your day, can you imagine how amazing your life would feel? If almost everything you did in a day, you loved and you're really good at it. Like, what a blessing. What an amazing life that would be. Of course, there's going to be things in your day that you have to do that you maybe don't love. Like who loves brushing their teeth? I'm sure some people do, but for the rest of us, it's just something we have to do, right? So you're not going to be here 100% of the time, but if you can get there as much as possible in your day, can you just imagine what an incredible day that would be? So I invite you, again, this is the most simple little exercise that you could possibly do, but it's also one of the absolutely most effective exercises. So don't waste time on this. You can start now. Work on it for at least 3 days, if not a week. Um, add as many tasks in there as possible because the goal is to get you into the top left quadrant, the I love and I'm good at quadrant just as much as possible in your day. If you have any questions, of course, reach out to me. I would love to help you with this. Again, it's one of my absolute favorite and easiest tools that I use in my coaching, and I use it in my life, and I do it on a regular basis. I fill this out at least once a year to see where am I at with things and how can I move more into the I love and I'm good at, because it's so fun to live from there. Thank you guys. I'll see you next time.